Yo, what is up guys? Rob here with another WoW video, and today's video is just going to be me doing some educational commentary on my 3v3 matches that I did the other day. So if you find this video helpful, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, leave a like, it really helps me out a lot and I do appreciate it. Share this video to help someone else out, and leave a comment if you have any questions and I'll try to answer you ASAP. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoy. Okay, so here we are playing with a spriest and a hunter. This is probably my favorite 3's comp to run, so that's why I always run it. And we are fighting rshaman, monk, shadow priest. The strategy is going to be go on the monk and CC the healer, obviously. So he gets a scatter. Their shadow priest eats the trap, so this is already a bad start for us. I get stunned here. I trinket. I Hajj the healer, and I decide to blow all my cooldowns. The monk is running away at super speed, and then he teleports across the map, so effectively making my Hammer of Justice pointless, my Avenging Wrath useless. He ring of pieces me, so I have to go around now. So he did a very good job at kiting me the entire time during my wings. Now my hunter can get a trap onto the healer here, which he did. He scatter trapped, and now I have Hajj ready, but he was out of line of sight, and I was able to kill the monk before the shaman used his trinket and threw down a spirit link totem or ascendance. So that's how we win the first game there. I could have Hajjed, but I was out of line of sight since the healer was on the other side of the pillar, but it doesn't matter anyway. My hunter is telling me in chat right now that he messed up his macros and he has to fix it. That's why I messed up the trap in the beginning of the game. Totally fine. This was our first game as a team. We found each other and looking for group, and he messed up his macros. It's totally fine. It's not a big deal. We win that game. They are low CR compared to me, so these are just easy wins for me. The next game we have here is rdruid, monk, demon hunter. It's a pretty easy game here. CC druid, kill monk or demon hunter. Probably monk is easier. I just want to add that we're not in Discord together, so we're just kind of playing off the cuff here. So we might overlap our cooldowns every once in a while, our traps and CCs, but it's totally fine at this rating. They're going hard on my healer, it looks like. He uses his barrier to stay alive, and he uses Desperate Prayer and Paints Up. And I also bubble him just to make sure. And it looks like we got a full CC rotation on the druid healer without him using trinket or anything, and we just killed the monk and demon hunter pretty easily there. Next game here, we're fighting a mirror match. Spriest, Ret, hunter. I like playing these because you get to see who the better class players are here. So I always like to be the better Ret here. So obviously we're going to go on the Ret Paladin here. Try to get an MD as soon as he bubbles. I'm trying to save my bubble as long as possible. What I like to do is not CC the healer here with Hammer of Justice. I like to use it on the Paladin when he is using wings or when I am trying to set up my burst. So my hunter is using his burst here. He uses Shield of Vengeance, which got completely obliterated by my hunter's burst. He got gripped back. Now I Hajjed him because I'm setting up my burst here, and I didn't do it quite as perfectly as I would have liked, but we were able to get the kill regardless. He got globaled. He didn't get to bubble, and his healer was sitting in a trap, so that was good on my hunter's part, and I guess it's good on my part that I globaled him, but that usually happens when you're fighting Ret Paladins. So we win that game. We're slowly climbing the rating right now. Shout out to Sun Energy for following my Twitch chat my Twitch stream. He follows me now. Maybe we can do some more games in the future. So here we're fighting Ret Paladin, Warrior Disc Priest. Essentially the same thing here. Go on the Ret Paladin the entire game. He is not using Trinket. He's using the Sigil, which I don't know why you would use that. I set up a Hajj on the healer. We get bubble instantly. I blow my cooldowns, but I still have my Divine Toll, which is good here. My Hunter bubbles at 7%, and we are able to kill, or I am able to kill the Ret Paladin after he uses bubble. So even if they would have managed to survive that, we still would have been ahead. I still had bubble. I could have bubbled my Hunter if he was in trouble, because he used his bubble, his turtle, and we still had paints up and all those cooldowns. So easy win right there. Slowly climbing the arena rating. Here we're fighting Ret Paladin, Enhancement Shaman, Holy Paladin. Strategy is probably going to be go on the Ret Paladin. The Holy Paladin doesn't have that much gear, which is good for us. He only has 28,000 health. Blowing all our cooldowns here in the opener. We get bubble instantly. It's mass dispelled instantly. I switched for a time being to try to force the bubble on the Holy Paladin. My Hunter gets a trap as soon as I get off him, and we're able to just destroy the Ret Paladin instantly. So that was just a perfect setup by my priest to get the mass dispel. Hunter to Hunter to trap the Holy Paladin. And I really didn't use Hajj because the Paladin really didn't, the Ret Paladin survived long enough to use wings. So easy game right here. Next game is Shadow Priest, Holy Paladin, Arms Warrior. I really hate this map, especially against Spell Cleave, but it is what it is. At least they have a warrior. So I think the strategy here is to go on the Shadow Priest. I think my Hunter wanted to go on the Shadow Priest. I don't like how we're positioned right now. We're in a really bad position. My priest is actually in okay position. It's not bad. I get a Hajj on the Holy Paladin. Start my burst rotation here, hoping my Hunter gets a trap off, which he does, which gets the trinket. So now the name of the game is to just stay alive right now. So I'm going to back off this priest and switch to this paladin now, since he doesn't have bubble. He got feared by my priest, which is good, so I decided to go back onto the Shadow Priest. Shadow Priest have a lot of defensive cooldowns, so he just used his disperse there. Now I'm switching back to the paladin right here. He's in the middle of the map. So I Hajj him. Hopefully my Hunter can get some burst onto him. I war stomping right out of Hajj, and that damage was all my Hunter. We got a good kill right there because of my Hajj in the open, and he was able to just rapid fire and destroy that healer out in the open, even though he had 48,000 health and I didn't even have cooldowns for the most part. Next game. Oh, this game is so bugged. Look at this game. So the arena is supposed to start and the gates never open. So we're just sitting here for like 3 minutes and nothing happens. So I decide to relog, and I relog and it counts as a loss for me, and I lose like 10 or 12 arena points for absolutely no reason, because Blizzard always has problems with their game. So I just thought that was funny to mention. So now we're waiting for my priest to come back. He's disconnected forever. He never comes back online. So now we have to find a new priest. We get this new priest, Dirty Shade. Shout out to Dirty Shade for playing this game with us. And we are going to fight Moonkin, Demon Hunter, Holy Paladin. So I'm always telling my Hunter to be aware of convoke and kick that as soon as you can. And once the paladin bubbles and uses his trinket, then we'll switch to him and I'll hodge him in the open and we'll try to kill him. But for now, I think we're just gonna go boomkin or the demon hunter. Probably the demon hunter for now, since the boomkin's not out. But I guess my hunter gets him out. So now I'm on the boomkin here. He faked my kick and I sit a full clone. Hunter uses all his cooldowns right now. I get a hodge on the healer right before I get incapped. He trinkets my hodge, so that's really good. There was really no burst going out there. I blow my cooldowns now, and now I'm switching to this paladin because I want to try to force his bubble. And it looks like I was having a hard time. The demon hunter came back to peel, and then the paladin just ran away, which was smart on his part. And my hunter is getting destroyed right now. I'm trying to put some pressure out on the boomkin to force him to go into bear form so he doesn't do much damage, so my healer can catch up on healing. I'm also throwing off heals every once in a while. My priest just life gripped my hunter into the barrier, which is good. I'm getting cloned, and now we're all topped up again. And now I'm typing to the hunter in chat. I'm saying go on the paladin. I have hodge. I hodge him there. Hopefully he sees it. I'm also switching to the pally because he has ultimate sack up on the healer, on the druid. I just broke scattershot onto the my hunter scattershotted the boomkin, but then trapped the paladin, which sort of worked out there. I think he was trying to go for the boomkin, I'm assuming, since he scattered him. So now the plan is to just survive until I have wings up in 30 seconds, and then we 100% win the game. We just have to kill the paladin. Paladin has nothing. I couldn't freedom my healer out of that, so I put a bubble onto the hunter and I threw some heals onto him, and we managed to survive that for a little bit. I get a hodge on the healer. I'm just switching to him a little bit because there's no point of hitting a druid in bear form. He just never takes any damage. Putting some pressure out onto this healer. I saw that I was line of sighting, so I came back around so my healer can get some heals onto me. Hunter gets cloned. Druid's in bear form. I tell him to kill the pally now since I have cooldowns and I'm about to get a hodge right now. We can kill him even though he'll trinket the hodge. We can still kill him because both of our bursts should work perfectly. I hodge him here. He trinkets. He uses his wall. He uses his divine toll. I war stomp. Good fear right after war stomp, and we're able to kill the paladin there. The game's not over yet though. My priest is fully CC'd, has no mana. Throwing off heals onto my hunter. This is post Word of Glory nerf, so my heals are not as effective as they were last week, but I'm still able to top off my hunter, and we are able to get the win. So let's just skip ahead here. Go into the next game. Lock, Holy Paladin, and Warrior. This is kind of a rough map for me. Like I said before, it's so big. Everyone teleports. Everyone's faster than Ret Paladins in the game now. And it's just a really hard time to play a Ret Paladin on this map. My hunter wants to go lock. I agree with him. I am rooted. I can't really do anything right now. I freed him to get the boost. I'm blowing all my cooldowns on this lock. He portals, so I'm switching to the warrior right now because he's the closest thing I can hit. Trying to get back on him, but I cannot get back on the lock, so I'm just sitting on this warrior, kiting towards a pillar, doing some of my burst damage onto this warrior. My paladin, their paladin trinketed my hodge, I believe, so that's good. We got their trinket. We get a DR fear, which is kind of pointless, but it's okay. I get another hodge onto this pally, and I decide to just switch on him to maybe try to force the bubble there. I think we could have forced the bubble there if my hunter was hitting the paladin there. I freed him the hunter. We both get movement speed boost. Just sitting on the lock right now. He portals, so I'm switching to the warrior again. I broke the trap because I didn't know he was trapping. I think he was trying to hit the holy paladin with the trap, but he missed, unfortunately. The warrior stepped on it. Trying to kick that shadow fury, but unfortunately I can't. Warrior uses his his Kyrian ability, his war spear thing, to suck us all inside with the shadow fury. I get a Hajj onto the paladin. Hopefully he can get a trap onto this paladin and maybe we can force a bubble here. Unfortunately, my hunter is trying to do his best here. He scatters and he disengages to get the trap, which is pretty good, but unfortunately I can't move because, like I said, everyone is able to peel me. Doing some big damage on this lock. I don't think he can portal since he just used it before. He's trying to make his way to his other portal to try to switch pillars, but unfortunately he cannot. And this game is actually pretty long right now. Struggling to get the bubble on the paladin. Now the paladin has his trinket back up, so this is pretty bad for us. My priest is also going and I'm just useless right now. We're trying to kill this paladin, but I can't move. Freedom. My hunter used his turtle. I get a Hajj here, and hopefully we can force the bubble, which we did. Hopefully he can get the master spell off, which he does. And since I had wings up and I had my divine toll up and Wake of Ashes just came back up, he was not going to survive that burst. And especially with my hunter on the same side of the pillar as me, hitting this guy completely, we had the perfect chance to kill him, and we did. So we win that game. See, our next game here is Holy Paladin, Ret Paladin, Arms Warrior. Strat is always the same. When you see a Ret Paladin, go on the Ret Paladin. I'm going to save my Hajj for the Ret Paladin. Blowing all my cooldowns here. Hajjed him. He trinketed, which is really good. He Hajjed my hunter, which is bad. I switched to the Holy Pally even though he gets the trap because he ultimate sacks, so I'm trying to force a bubble here. Maybe we can force a bubble here. He's not hitting the right target. He's still hitting the Ret Paladin. We get the Ret Paladin's Divine Shield, which is okay. We are ahead right now. All I have to do is kite and try to heal myself and play defensive until we can get another CC go. I'm trying to set up the CC here with a Hajj. Unfortunately, I can't get it. I Hajj him now in the middle, right next to my priest, so my priest can get a fear on him if he has fear up, but unfortunately he doesn't. Ret Paladin procs his wings, his fake wings. I proc my fake wings. Now I can do some big damage here as the paladin, Holy Paladin, is in a freezing trap. He gets scattered, and unfortunately he wasn't able to bubble in time. And the warrior's not peeling the Ret Paladin at all, which is really bad on the warrior's part. He could have intervened, maybe saved his Ret Paladin, but his warrior was just doing tunnel vision and not helping out the team, and it cost them that match. Alright, next game here is Ret Paladin, Warrior Dispriest. Strategy is always the same here. Go on the Ret Paladin. Healer added me as a friend because he practically won every single game so far. So we're going on the Ret here. Try to set up a CC chain onto the healer. I freed him myself during my go here. I'm trying to get the CC. I get it before he mind games. I'm blowing all my cooldowns on this Ret Pally. He uses Paints Up. We can still kill through Paints Up. I bubbled a bit early here, but at least my healer didn't use Paints Up, so we're okay right now. His Reign of the Endless Kings procs, which is a prot legendary that works in Ret for Ret Paladins for whatever reason. And just trying to kill this guy, and I didn't even realize that we killed the warrior in this exchange. I guess the warrior intervened his Ret Paladin and took all the Ret Paladin's damage and just died from my burst. So our rating's getting higher and higher. 1830 MMR right now. And we're doing pretty well. Next match is warrior monk holy paladin. Traps the monk at the start. I don't know why. Guess he must have ate the trap for the paladin. I get a Hajj on the holy paladin. He trinkets instantly. There's a lot of burst going on right now by this windwalker monk. I'm just trying to kite and stay alive. I want to switch to this paladin, but I cannot. I get globaled by the windwalker monk. It happens. Get globaled. And unfortunately, we lost that game, probably because of me. I should have bubbled, and then we could have survived their burst and won the game. I acknowledge that that game was my fault. I really wanted to get I really wanted to get this paladin's bubble here. So let's see how I died. I was at 90%, about 80%. I was about, yeah, this is my fault. I think I word of gloried myself thinking that I could heal myself to full. Yeah, I word of gloried myself with wings, thinking that my word of glory would heal me enough through the burst, but unfortunately it did not, and I just got globaled and I was not able to bubble. But it's fine. It happens. I think we lose the next couple of games. But let's just watch and see. Doesn't matter if I lose. It's all about showing you why I lost so you can avoid those mistakes. Fighting Fire Mage, Holy Paladin, Warrior here. This is a really good comp. We both overlap our kicks on the polymorph for the mage. We're focusing this mage really hard. I switched to the paladin because of sack onto the mage. He gets his full divine shield off. I'm still staying on him now. I bubble because of combust. Combust on a mage is very scary. So now I'm going back on the mage here. He ice blocks and bubbles, and I'm trying to switch to the paladin, but I cannot get to him. My priest is in bad positioning right now, and I think I'm pretty much dead here. I used my potion. Now I'm just trying to get holy power to stay alive. We overlapped our peels for myself. I faked this kick, throwing heals on myself. We got paints up on me, so I'm okay right now. I'm trying to stay with my healer so he can heal me. But unfortunately, we're just getting feared, CC'd, etc., etc. My hunter is doing a lot of damage on this mage. So I'm at like 70, 75%, 80%, just chilling by the pillar. Don't want to push in. I push in now because I feel like I'm safe with 85% health. But then as soon as I go in, I almost lose all my health. And now I'm pushing up again because I'm at 100% health. And I believe it's safe. I get a Hajj on the healer. Hopefully he can get a trap. But he doesn't have trap up. And I'm just sitting on this mage. I don't know why my priest is next to us. Maybe he was trying to go for a fear. But now he gets Hajjed. And this is looking really bad for me. And we die because of that. I think what the priest should have done was stand right here. I could have played more defensive, like I said. I try to make it sound like it was my fault, even though I really think it's the priest's fault here. It's both of our faults, you know. I shouldn't have pushed up. I should have stayed by the pillar until I had my cooldowns back up. He should have been at the pillar at all times. He should never leave his positioning, because if the mage and the paladin set up a CC on him, he's basically out of the game for the next like 15 seconds. So it's not worth it for him to push up in fear. I think it's probably 40% my fault and like 60% his fault. I give him more of the blame, because I think if he would have just stayed back by the pillar, he would have been okay and not get fully CC'd. Alright, here is a spell cleave comp: Destro, Elemental Shaman, Holy Paladin. I really hate fighting these type of comps. I'm telling my teammates we have to stay next to a pillar the entire game. If I leave the pillar, I'm totally dead. So now we're trying to fight at this pillar here. We're all scattered. I get feared in the other direction. My hunter's getting absolutely destroyed. My priest is getting CC'd. I'm trying to set up a Hajj onto the Paladin, but it's not working right now. I'm just sitting in fears, slows, can't move the entire game because I'm a Ret Paladin. Freedom us. And right now I'm just deciding to line of sight and stay back. I'm trying to tell my hunter to line of sight because he's very aggressive. I don't think we need to be aggressive at this point. I'm telling him to just line, just line, just line. We really can't push out, or else we're just going to die. So we have to like wait for a perfect opportunity. And I think this is a decent one right now. I get a Hajj onto the Paladin. He trinkets, which is really good. Now he's going for a Hajj on my healer. He gets it off. And I'm running away because he was Hajjed. The Warlock used his defensive cooldown. We got bubble. We got sacrifice. So now we're doing fine. I just want to line of sight for the next few seconds or about a minute until I have my cooldowns. My hunter is in terrible position right now. He is costing us the game at this point. He's pushing for no reason. I go forward because I'm just following his lead, which is a terrible idea. I should have just stayed back. There's literally no point of pushing up when I don't have cooldowns and when we can't really do anything. I'm just saying, let's wait until I have bubble, cooldowns, and then we can just Hajj the Paladin and kill him while you trap something else, and maybe the priest can fear something else. So right now I said I have a mini burst, which we can probably get a kill with. If I didn't get feared there, we would have won the game. Unfortunately, I got feared at the worst possible time there. Hunter is getting destroyed. I'm getting lightning lassoed. Trying to heal myself in line of sight. I'm going into his barrier to stay alive. And now I'm just saying, let's line of sight again. Let's line of sight again. My hunter is just constantly pushing up for no reason. I keep repeating, let's line, let's line. Literally in 27 seconds, when I had Divine Toll and Bubble up, Wings up, we win the game. So I'm telling him we have cooldowns in 20 seconds. This would have worked a lot better if we were in Discord. Probably would have won the game. I think we lose this game, but now I'm saying just kill on my Hajj. We're getting pushed from both corners. So I'm just trying to line the rshaman. He uses sacrifice again on the warlock. My priest is in a full Hajj, which is really bad. And we're just trying to stay alive. I'm getting feared into the open. I freed him, the hunter and us and myself, so we can line of sight. He's not using his turtle, and he's not line of sighting. We literally would have won the game right there if he just would have lined for an extra 10 seconds. And he's also line of sighting my healer, which is bad, but we would have won right there if my healer, if my hunter would have just line of sighted for 10 more seconds, and if he would have used his turtle, which he did not use. So here we are fighting Warlock, Boomkin, rshaman. I think we're going on the lock here. I freed him, my healer, out of the root beam. You always want to do that, so your healer doesn't get CC'd and fall behind too much. Getting feared by the lock, can't really do anything. trying to push the lock, but unfortunately they just have a magic ability that destroys me the entire game. Literally have no momentum unless I have freedom. I see this is a decent opportunity to push, so I freedom myself. Hodge the healer here since he doesn't have grounding totem out, and I start using all my cooldowns. Hopefully my teammate can get a trap. He misses the trap, it looks like. He gets the moonkin, which is not good for us, but we're still putting out a lot of pressure here. The shaman used earthen ward totem. He used his healing stream totem, but he still has trinket, which is really bad. Now I'm trying to get back to the pillar. I'm trying to save my freedom here because I'm kind of close to the pillar. I get paints up even though I was at 90%, I believe. So I don't know why he did that. My hunter gets a trap onto the shaman. My priest mind games the shaman for whatever reason. I hodge the shaman now. After that, I can't freedom my healer yet. Now I can freedom him, which I do, and it turns out he just gets obliterated by Convoke, and we lose that game as well. So we're having a rough patch here. I think we lost like 3 games in a row now, and I'm kind of a bit aggravated here because I see my hunter is like blowing all his cooldowns when I am nowhere near the target that we're trying to kill. So we kind of suffer for that. And I'm telling my priest, don't bother cleansing mind games or don't even bother cleansing, because when we're fighting a lock and you cleanse Unstable Affliction, you're just going to get silenced for 4 seconds and take a bunch of damage. So there's like literally no reason to cleanse spheres. What I want to do here is go on the hunter. Line of sight the hunter, go on the DK, and CC the priest. So that's what I tell my team to do. DK comes in on his Cataclysm Gladiator mount. On this DK, he's on my Disc Priest. We're blowing our cooldowns in sync right now. Gets a trap onto the healer. I hodge him. He's probably going to fear. He gets paints up. So now we both use paints up. And I'm pushing forward because I want to put pressure on them. I try to kick that heal, but I got feared instead. I kicked Fleshcraft. And I can't do anything anymore because everyone is just too fast for me, getting gripped by their healers. I switch to the hunter. We get his turtle, which is pretty good. I believe my hunter wants to go on the hunter here, so we decide to switch. Yeah, he says go hunter, so I agree with him. Unfortunately, I'm getting peeled by the DK with Chains of Ice, Disorient, and Death Grip, so there's really nowhere for me to go except to hit this DK until I have freedom. I'm using my wings to heal my to help my healer with heals. I get trapped, I get dispelled, and now I have an 8-second window with freedom to do some damage, go on the offensive here. We get a Hodge onto the healer, he trinkets, and then he gets trapped. This hunter does not have any defensive cooldowns ability left, and we get the kill there. He already used his turtle before, and I used my freedom to push forward, and that's like our only time we can actually get a kill is when I freedom, and no one can peel me for the time being until my freedom's up. So we win that game. How many more games do we have left? I think this might be the last game. Ret Paladin, Shaman, Resto Shaman, Warrior. Should be an easy match. Just go on the Ret. Ret's on his gladiator mount from this season. I freed him, my healer, by mistake. Going hard on this paladin. He uses wings here. We get the bubble, so I decide to CC the shaman. His shaman gets Blessing of Sanctuary out of my Haj. I'm polymorphed now for 6 seconds. So now we just got to survive this paladin's burst, which my hunter already used his turtle. I sacrifice him so he takes less damage. Trying to just throw some heals, give him freedom. Hopefully he can kite the warrior or something. Right now I should have slowed the warrior with my Hand of Hindrance. I get a CC onto the shaman. He gets a trap right after. And then he gets feared for 3 seconds. So all of our CCs are on DR. So we basically CC'd him the entire time of his ascendance. Paladin uses his Blessing of Protection as a last-ditch effort to stay alive. Kicked his Flash of Light. Shaman used Spirit Link before. And now we're doing okay. We still have Barrier. I still have Bubble for whoever needs it. I bubble my hunter right there. Throwing heals as much as I can. Trying to peel people. Slow people. Put some pressure out. Playing offensive while my team gets back up on heals. So we can kill this paladin in 20 seconds. Actually, I'm sorry. We can kill this shaman in 15 seconds once I have wings. Because he doesn't have any cooldowns. He just has his wall left, and that's about it. But I think we can kill through his wall. My hunter gets a trap, but the DPS on their team immediately line of sights on this paladin right now with my big damage. We killed the warrior with my Wake of Ashes. He jumped into the Wake of Ashes, or he might have intervened the paladin, and I was able to kill everything right there, and we were able to get that win. Let's just check that out one more time. So I'm doing big damage. I CC the healer. He gets hit by 18,000 damage of my Wake of Ashes, and that's enough to kill the warrior there. So we win that game. And are there any games left? This game is Holy Paladin, Shadow Priest, Rogue. This is kind of a hard comp for me. Shadow Priest have a lot of defensive cooldowns for me, and I can't really do anything if a rogue is sitting on me. Trying to get in combat, I get lined, I get sapped, but I get the rogue out with concentration, or the priest used Mind Flay on me. So the rogue wasn't able to get an opener, which is fine. He's rooted now. He gets freedom by the healer. He's already at half health. I saw that he sacrificed, so now my goal is to get onto this Holy Paladin, but I couldn't because I was peeled, so I decided to CC him, and hopefully my hunter can get a trap. He does not get a trap. I saw that the other guy vanished, so now I'm trying to force a bubble here. I trinket the mind control, and I was not able to force bubble here, so I noticed that, so I'm going back on the rogue. My healer is blinded. He trinkets. I get feared. My hunter is all alone right now. Throwing some off heals. He has mind games on him, which is pretty bad. I get a Haj onto the Holy Paladin. We can force something here if I get out of stun. I sack my hunter because I saw he was getting damaged a lot. I see him going for the trap. I thought he was going for a trap, but I guess he didn't, even though he was right next to the paladin. Paladin bubbled, so that might have been why. So now he's in a smoke bomb. I have freedom for him now. I give it to him, throwing some heals while I'm in there. We get a a trap onto the pally. He gets mass dispelled. I hodge him immediately, and now this is our time to kill this rogue. I just bubbled to try to get the kill, but it didn't matter because my hunter was able to get the kill, and we win that game. Damn, we have a lot of games here. It's going to be a long video. Here we're fighting Ret Paladin, Spriest, Warrior. We are just going to go on the Ret like usual. I'm using eye for an eye there because there's physical damage, all physical damage here. So that's another defensive cooldown. Trying to bring them out over here, so we fight over here. Hunter just uses his Kyrian ability. I hodge the Paladin before he wings to set up my burst. And looks like I kill him in a global, even through his legendary power, Reign of the Endless Kings. Which is like, it reduces damage by 50% for 4 seconds. So we win that game pretty easily. So I'm looking at that ability. Reign of the Endless Kings, it's right there on top. When you drop below 20% health, you become infused with Guardian of the Ancient Kings for 4 seconds. And Guardian of the Ancient Kings reduces your damage taken by 50%. Alright, I think this is the last game. Ret Paladin, Frost DK, Spriest. So I'm pretty sure my priest is going to be trained the entire time here, or my hunter. Strategy is the same. Go on the Ret Paladin, CC the healer. Try to slow the DK when we can. I'm going to use my hodge on the Paladin. I'm trying to freedom my DPS, but he is line of sighting me and my healer, which is pretty bad. That was an awful start for us. So he got paints up. The Ret Paladin got paints up. I hodged him. He gets cleansed. I'm blinded. Doing some big damage here. Trying to force the bubble. Throwing some off heals when I can. Peeled the DK with my stun. The priest used barrier. All he has left is life grip. So we're pretty much ahead right now. We didn't get bubble, but we got all the priest cooldowns. My priest still has barrier and desperate prayer. He just used rapture. Their Ret Paladin just used sacrifice on the DK because he thought the DK was getting focused, I guess. We get a trap onto the healer. I meant to hodge the Spriest there, but unfortunately I messed up. I get life gripped out of there, I guess because my healer thought I was line of sighting him. I knew exactly where I was. I was on my way back to him. I was not going to push in regardless, but he just life gripped me anyway, which is fine. So going on the Ret here, get a mini burst proc here and able to kill the Paladin before he uses wings. Kill him with Divine Toll. And it looks like he got globaled in between his attacks. He probably just used an attack. Global cooldown, could not bubble. And he dies there. And we win that game pretty easily as well. We were ahead on everything for the most part. I still had my bubble. He still had his bubble. My hunter still had his turtle. So we were good. Alright, this is the last game. Been saying that like 10 times during this video right here. So this is the last game here. Fire Mage, Shadow Priest, Holy Paladin. He wants to start on the Shadow Priest. I'm trying to say that just stay next to the pillars. Current gladiators this season. I'm saying let's just stay by the pillar. I see my hunter doesn't care and he's just going in. Priest went in with a fear. Blowing all my cooldowns here. Priest faded. He got the trap onto the healer. And yeah, we just globaled that priest pretty instantly right there. that game went really well for us, I guess. The Paladin didn't use Sacrifice, Priest didn't use Disperse, so it's more like they played really bad and we just played normal, and normal beats really bad all the time. So yeah, I hope you guys found this video helpful. Hopefully you learned a lot. Looks like it was a long video, so maybe you want to watch this in pieces, do whatever you want, and hopefully you guys enjoy this video. Take care. Alright guys, I hope you learned something valuable from this 3v3 educational commentary video. If you did, smash that like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, leave a comment if you have any questions, and I'll try to get back to you ASAP. Thanks for watching. Peace out.